giving me the thumbs up. Okay, welcome everybody. This is a very different setup, so thank you, families. There are still, feel free to just fill in any open chair. This is a very special performance for Mr. Vandenholt, because this will be his last performance as he's retiring. Can we give him an oh yeah? So, to kick this off, we have a very special guest. This is Dr. Prince, and she is the superintendent of Central Kitsap. She has something really special to share with us. Are you ready? Can I get thumbs up? Okay, good thumbs up that we're quiet.
All right, thank you so much. I have my friends Caleb and Henry out here front. They're going to open up and unveil a really special banner that is presented to Brownsville today. In the state of Washington, the big organization that oversees every school in our state, they recognize only a very few schools. And I'm here today to congratulate Brownsville Elementary School as a Washington State recognized school. And this goes to the actual years of 2022-23. You, as Brownsville, were recognized because every single adult in this school and your community cares so very much about you and your success as a student here at Brownsville that they made sure that they lifted you up, they helped you be successful, they helped you be everything that you can be as students every single day. And for that reason, the state of Washington, the big state, says you, Brownsville, are very special and you are recognized as a very distinguished school. And so congratulations. You can hang this up in a very prominent place in your school at Brownsville. And I want to thank Caleb and Henry for helping us. I want to thank your principal and all the staff and every single adult here that cares big about you every day. You raise your hand, adults, because it's because of you. Raise those hands up, adults. Come on. It's because of you. You are recognized at Brownsville. So thank you to you, and now we're going to have some incredible music from an incredible teacher.
Everybody smile. Thank you. I just wanted to say a couple things before we begin, quickly. This assembly is not about me, by the way, but I have thoroughly enjoyed the process of sort of allowing this to just come together in the meaning and the message of it. Some of these songs are songs that I've been singing with kids for a number of years, and I'm not going to say the number right now. But I want to remind our students, everyone in this room, students, staff, whether you've been practicing with us or not, and visitors, everyone is going to at some point be participating. I'm just breaking that to you now. This is an opportunity for you there are opportunities in this assembly for you to just have a great time to sing and to move your body a little bit. Just adults, take your comfort zone and fold it up nice and neatly, put it in your pocket, and it'll be there for you later. Right now, I'm going to ask you to just enjoy being here in this moment. Along with that, though, students especially, there are times in this assembly where it's going to be a little serious, and there are times where it's going to be a lot of fun. And we can do both things. And we can sing with, remember I tell you, our beautiful, gentle voices, right? Everybody know what I'm talking about. Okay? And when you're moving your body, you're not going to go past anybody, you're not going to bump into anybody, we're going to have a good time doing the dances that we know. And if you don't know them, you're going to fake it and pretend that you do as adults. Show up for me here, okay? Some of the staff encouraged me to put this together, and they said, just lean into guilt some of the staff into participating by telling them it's your last one, and so I'm guilting all of you. Thank you. There's often a temptation to get excited about the music and clap along with the beat. Yeah, don't do that. That doesn't usually go well. So try to refrain from that. And cheering is for a sporting event, not this musical event. So please don't shout out and yell, and that's not appropriate for here. I think those are the things I wanted to make sure I said. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon and welcome. Today's assembly is all about how each of us can do our part to make this world a better place. We only have one planet to live on and billions of people to share it with. Let's all do what we can to help take care of our planet and each other. True change can only come when we stand together as one. Please sing along with us on the chorus of We Are the World.
When the world was
a movement created to inspire and connect the world through music. The idea for this project came from a common belief that music has the power to break down boundaries and overcome distances between people. In 2005, Mark Johnson was walking in Santa Monica, California, when he heard Roger Ripley singing Stand By Me. Roger had so much soul and conviction in his voice that Mark asked him to perform Stand By Me as a song around the world. Ever since that day, the Playing for Change crew has traveled the world recording and filming musicians, creating songs around the world, and building a global family. Bob Marley's song, One Love, was the third song around the world made. It involved over 30 musicians from 8 countries. We symbolically join them now in sharing this message to come together and create one love and one heart. Everyone, please sing the chorus along with us.
Playing for Change was born out of the idea that we have to inspire each other to come together as a human race, and that music is the best way to do this. The project started 4 years ago on the streets of Santa Monica, California. We recorded a street musician, Roger Ripley, performing the song Stand By Me. We then traveled all over the world through streets, subways, Native Indian reservations, African villages, Himalayan mountains. We went to Dublin, recorded the film Bono. None of these musicians had ever met in person. It was the music that brought them together, and the belief that we can do a lot more for this world if we work together than we ever can apart.
food and water and everything we need to live. It also gives us endless places to visit and explore. There are many things we can do to take good care of our home. Every April 22nd, people celebrate Earth Day to show how much they care about the planet. Many people use this day to do projects that will help the Earth. Some things we can do to protect our home on Earth Day and every day are recycling, conserving water, reducing waste, planting trees, and exploring nature. Just Do It. The song Waka Waka was strongly influenced by a marching song from Cameroon and was the official song of the 2010 Soccer World Cup. Waka Waka was also inspired by the song Zongoela by the band The Golden Sounds. Also from Cameroon, Zongoela was a popular marching song among soldiers, policemen, and others in parts of Africa. Musical artist Shakira wrote this version of the song Waka Waka as an uplifting, energizing anthem to encourage people to pursue their goals like soldiers on a battlefield, and to reflect the idea that everyone can enjoy the fruits of their hard work, even after hardships. who have made a positive difference in the world, not only during the time they lived, but reaching far into the future, affecting us still today. One such person was a man named John Newton. John Newton was born in London on July 24th, 1725. His father was the commander of a merchant ship. John's mother died when he was only 7 years old. When John was 11, he began sailing with his father. He had a very difficult life and was known for causing trouble. When John was 19, he was forced to start working on another ship. John eventually escaped and later began working on a slave ship. Years later, he became the captain of his own ship and worked for many years transporting African slaves. On one voyage, he was attempting to steer the ship through a violent storm. Just as he felt sure the ship would sink and he and his crew would die, he called out, "Lord, have mercy on us." John Newton and his crew survived the storm. This experience caused him to feel different about the work he was doing and to think about the effect his life was having on other people. John later left the slave trade business and became a minister of a church. He wrote a poem about his experiences that became one of the most popular hymns in the world. His song, Amazing Grace, is performed nearly 10 million times every year. It is the most popular hymn of all time. Our arrangement of Amazing Grace attempts to symbolically restore the drums to the African Americans who were not permitted to play them during the period of slavery before the Civil War. Please sing the last verse along with us.
That saved
like these that we need help from others. We all have a family member, a friend, or a teacher that we can turn to when we need help. And when we know that someone we care about is having a hard time, we can be there for them too. Sometimes it can feel like we are caught in a terrible storm with strong winds and choppy waves. We can feel lost and confused. Sometimes we need help, and sometimes we can get help. We can all make the world a better place by caring for each other and helping each other through difficult times.
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me when you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh,
proverb from Zimbabwe that states, if you can walk, you can dance. If you can talk, you can sing. It encourages people to embrace joy and find ways to express themselves through dance and song, even if they don't believe they are talented dancers or singers. As the next song suggests, let's all love and cherish this moment right now, because no one can take it away. Everyone please stand and celebrate this moment right now together. She's over there. Limits, going against the rules that others have set for her. When the wizard and others try to break her down, Elphaba rises above them and her own expectations by literally defying gravity. Elphaba teaches herself and us about embracing our true selves, rejecting societal expectations, and choosing to pursue our own path.
The lyrics to the song encourage us to make a difference in the world by first remembering that we are all part of the human family. They remind us to work together as one to help each other. our assembly today by singing the great song once more. We, the students at Brownsville Elementary, are the world. We can make the world a better place by caring for ourselves, each other, and the earth. Thank you for being here, and please join us by singing the entire song along with us. Remember, change can only come when we stand together as one.